Hello everyone, it's your girl Ofan coming to you with a video to address a question that I get quite a bit of in my inbox or DM or even in person. And that question is, how did I get started with my fitness journey and how did I get into competing? So I'm just going to take a few moments to address that. Now, I will say that this is a very sensitive topic for me, only because my fitness journey, how I got started, was not very glamorous. Not that it should be, but it's a very touchy subject, so I hope I don't get emotional in doing this video, but I'll share with you anyways. My fitness journey actually started in 2009. That was a very tough year for me. I was going through a divorce. I had just moved to a different city. I just started a new job, a new career. It was my very first hospital pharmacist position. And I had two young ones. I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And so moving to a new city with a new career with two little ones, I put all my effort into, first and foremost, making sure that my children were okay, seeing as though their living situation changed and all of that comes with going through a divorce. And of course, I wanted to give it my all and get acclimated with my new position and also just getting used to this new city that I moved to with no friends and hardly any family members. And so I totally neglected taking care of myself. So in so doing, I added weight. Wasn't really paying attention until some of my new coworkers, some of my new teammates, in innocence, they would just ask, "Hey, Ofan, we didn't know you were expecting," or "When does the baby due?" And just questions like that. And I didn't take offense to it because I was fat. And I would just let them know, "No, I'm not pregnant. It's just leftover residual baby weight." And of course it would feel pretty bad, but I was fat. That's the truth of the matter. And for me, I tend to carry a lot of my weight more in the abdominal area, and so I really did look like I was preggers. So I couldn't really fault anyone for that. And another thing that I noticed too were the rolls and my back were starting to touch, and that was a really weird sensation because I had never had that happen before. So that was kind of weird. And then of course I was having a hard time keeping up with my two active toddlers. They wanted to go to the park, they want to get pulled in the wagon, they want to run up and down the hill, and I was having a hard time keeping up with my two kids. I was getting very fatigued. I was easily winded. I was very lethargic, no energy whatsoever. And to top everything off, I had a closet full of amazing clothing, pants, blouses, gowns that I couldn't wear anymore because I was too big. And so I refused to go shopping for a whole new wardrobe at a larger size. So I made it my goal to start losing weight. I did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, read a lot of books, and I started a cleanse that was very helpful in kick-starting my fitness journey. But since I didn't really know what to do, I would easily get discouraged. Like, I would start running because of course I see all the skinny people run. So I started running, or I thought I was gonna start running, and I would get easily winded like at a quarter mile. And so I had several major starts. So I would start like on a Monday. And by Wednesday and Thursday, I was so discouraged because I couldn't even run a full quarter of a mile. And I would get home, I would cry, I would just decide that, okay, maybe being fit is not for me. I can't do this. And I had several starts. And so finally, I decided that I owe this to myself, I owe it to my kids. And so I decided to get a personal trainer. So I joined a gym, got a personal trainer, and I was able to get the help that I needed. And I just want to share with you all the pictures that my personal trainer took. Now, this is after I had started on my own. So I had already lost about 10 pounds prior to this, but this is me. And I typically don't share these with anyone, but I'm sharing them with you to give you an idea of where I started. I started with like a lot of ladies, somewhere where you're you're okay, but you know it could be better. So that's a side view. That's me. You see that abdominal girth? Look at that. Look at this. That's me. And just to also, I think I have a picture in here with my rolls touching. I'm sure you can see that. The rolls. And again, by the time these pictures were taken, I had already lost about 10 pounds. I started with my personal trainer when I was about 167 pounds, and my goal was to be around 130, 135, which was my pre-pregnancy weight. So my trainer did provide me with a workout routine. However, she only provided me with a nutritional guide because she didn't really feel comfortable with nutrition. So she just provided me a list of healthy carbs, healthy proteins, and healthy fats. And she kind of gave me a guide as to what a portion size looks like. A portion size is the palm of is the size of your palm, the palm of your hand. That's a portion size. So she would give me little tips like that as it came to nutrition. But as far as workouts, she was spot on. She provided me with a split routine. And the reason why I chose the personal trainer that I chose, and there were a lot of good ones at this particular gym, but I chose her because she was a woman over the age of 35. I think she was almost 40. She was a mother. So in my mind, she understood the challenges that I faced as a mother who'd been distended out to here for 9 months, 2 times over. And she was older. I started working out around the age of 34, 35 or so. And so she understood my struggle. She understood my issue. And I really could identify with her. And I saw her as someone that I wanted to aspire looking like, because she was very lean. And as a matter of fact, she was the first person that I ever saw in a bikini for a figure competition. And I remember her talking a little bit about that, but I wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to lose weight. I wasn't trying to compete. I didn't even know what it was, wasn't interested. And so she was very lean, and that's why I chose her as my personal trainer. I wanted someone who had the look and whose body had went through similar changes as mine. And so I worked hard, and every now and again I would get, discouraged. That old, little devil of discouragement would come in and say, "Hey, Ofan, you've been running 2 miles. Don't you want to stop? You're tired, aren't you?" And I'll be like, yeah. But then I had to dig deep and find what motivated me. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I on this treadmill or on Stairmaster or elliptical doing cardio and I'm about to pass out? But why am I going? Like, what is it? What am I doing this for? And literally, when I'm on those cardio machines and I feel like giving up, I will dig deep and at that moment find one of my motivating factors, which was to lose weight. And so I would grab like a big chunk of my love handle and I'm running, like grabbing my side, and I'm sure people are probably thinking, is she itching? Like, is she okay? What's wrong with her? Is she losing it? No, that was my motivation. So I was running to make sure that I got that off. So I wasn't going to get off that treadmill until it was time for me to get off that treadmill, because I had goals. So I'm saying all this to say, whatever your motivation is, dig deep, because there'll be days that you're on the treadmill or you're, your 10th rep and you have 5 more to go and you want to just drop those weights or get off the treadmill. Dig deep and persevere, because sooner or later you will get through it and you will thank yourself for it. So the next year, 2010, I wanted to kind of see where I was. So I did like a follow-up, picture, just kind of a status change as far as my weight. And so if you guys remember my very first picture, my before, that was 2009, 2010. Fast forward, 2016. Just want to make sure that you guys can see everything. Same person, 2009, 2010, 2016. Perseverance and finding your motivation. Again, another picture, side view, 2009, 2010, fast forward 2016 when I got my pro card with NFF. Just want to make sure you guys are seeing this. Okay, so, oh, and let me show you my other picture that just fell. Again, 2009, 2010, 2016, when I got my pro card with NFF. So whatever it is that motivates you, whatever your why, whatever your reasons are, make sure you hang on to that, because there'll be many a days that you feel like giving up. But you have to dig deep and remember why you're on that treadmill. Why am I lifting these weights? What is my motivation? And so that's how I got started in my fitness journey. How I got started with competing, that didn't come until later. Again, I wasn't really interested when my personal trainer brought it up in 2009. I was just trying to get more energy, keep up with my kids, and get people to stop asking if I was pregnant or not. And so that was my motivation at the time. So fast forward to 2013. At this point, I'm still working out. Working out now is becoming more of a habit than a hassle. And I'm getting more acclimated and very comfortable with, you know, the machines and exercises and cardio. And so I was in the gym one day, and a figure competitor walks up to me, and she was one of these ladies that you see in the gym that you just want to bow to, because she just had this, these incredible quad sweeps and nice toned arms, and her abs were on point, and she just looked amazing. And her name was Cindy. And Cindy walked up to me one day, and I was on some machine, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, she just maybe wants to ask how many reps I have. She wants to use the machine. Cindy points to my bicep and says, I would like to see those on stage. And I'm thinking, stage? What are you talking about? What stage? So anyway, she proceeds to tell me about the world of competing, and she explains the different divisions: bikini, figure, physique, you know, the different federations, categories, etc. And so I was a bit reluctant at first, but I accepted the challenge, but I was very reluctant. And so in 2014, I stepped on stage. Had an amazing coach, had an amazing diet plan, and I was able to step on stage. And that was in 2014. 2016, I got my pro card figure with Naturally Fit Federation, totally natural federation. And this was my first year competing in NPC, and had my very first show about 2 months ago, April 14th, City Limits with Dre Dillard. And I placed second in overall, second in novice in my class, and second in figure masters, figure all the way around figure. And so because I placed top 2 in figure open, I became nationally qualified, my very first NPC show. So I was very happy about that. And did Phil Heath 2 weeks later, got hardware for both of those. So that's how I got into competing. And it's been an incredible journey, and I plan to keep going. And feel free to drop me a line. Feel free to inbox me or drop me a line and let me know if anything that I'm sharing is helping, or if you would like clarity on any of the items that I've talked about today. And hopefully in another video, I'll be able to go a little bit more in depth as to what I did exactly, like what were my daily routines, like what was I eating, what were my workout splits like, and how was my diet, my cleanses. And I tried a few cleanses, and I found a couple that was healthy and worked for me, where I wasn't starving. So hopefully in another video, I'll be able to touch on that. But until then, you have an amazing day. Take care and speak soon.